Hello, I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan. I'm a doctor but also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of color. So today's video is the JLo Beauty range. So I'm specifically looking at the bestsellers and the new products and are they suitable for skin of color. So as you know, skin of color is slightly different to Caucasian skin. Skin of color have larger melanocytes, the cells that produce the pigment melanin. And so our skin is more reactive. So I always say one scratch, one bite, or one burn, and we hyperpigment. So we can't afford to over irritate the skin. And at the same time, we really need tyrosinase inhibitors in our skincare, which is not something that you need if you have Caucasian skin. So the number one thing is I want to make sure that products don't irritate our skin and lead to hyperpigmentation. And number two, the bonus is if they actually get the correct ingredients that we need for our skin. So let's see how JLo did. The first thing I would say is if you go onto her website, these before and after photos to me don't look real. They look like Photoshop. They look like literally, like someone's standing there with some blemishes and then a line goes up and these blemishes are gone, but you never get someone standing in that exact same position with the exact same muscle tone or their skin. You have differences in the way someone stands, no matter how much you try and standardize that photo. So to me, it doesn't look real. I don't know whether she's just trying to show what it might do, but I think it's a little bit maybe misleading perhaps, but I will let you make up your own mind on that. If you do love skincare and you want to learn more about skincare for skin of color, please do get your hands on a copy of Skin Revolution. It's a book that I've written with HarperCollins. You can also follow me on Instagram, also on TikTok, and I've also got a Facebook group. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So the first product here is Firm and Flaunt. So the claim is that it's going to firm the skin, hydrate the skin, fade the appearance of stretch marks. Now, first of all, stretch marks are a dermal tear. So you've got the epidermis, then you've got the dermis. So that layer underneath is when it tears and it leads to a scar. First it goes red and then over time it turns white. In order to try and help, by the way, it's very difficult to penetrate the epidermis to get into the dermis, but the sorts of ingredients that you need would be your collagen stimulators. So AHAs are very good, peptides are very good, tetrahexyldecol or ascorbate is another good ingredient for stretch marks. So let's see how well she did. So the formula is essentially emollients, so that smooths the skin, humectants, which is a water magnet, kaolin, which will absorb oil. It's a really odd ingredient, to be honest, to be put into this particular product, unless you want that quick, dry feeling. But I don't know why you would want that actually on the body. I think you want the opposite. Then she put a tiny percentage of peptides, which is unlikely to be effective. Then she put in fragrance. Now, fragrance actually can lead to contact dermatitis over years. It doesn't need to happen straight away. It can happen after 20 years of using a product. And that then leads to a rash, which leads to irritation, which does the exact opposite of hydrating the skin and firming the skin. So that happens in about 3 to 4% of the population. So it's a mistake, actually. You never want to have fragrance in your skincare. And what you're going to find is the luxury products, so really expensive products, you know which ones I'm talking about, have a luxurious smell. And the association we make in our mind is if this smells expensive, and it is expensive, it must work. But unfortunately, that's not the case, and often it's the exact opposite. The more expensive the product, the worse it is for the skin. The next product is that JLo Glow. So it's got ferment, which I love. So that's galactomyces, squalane. It's got niacinamide. So niacinamide helps sebum production, regulates sebum production. It helps with, if you've got red skin or a damaged skin barrier, it helps with that too. Everyone should be using niacinamide if you're not allergic to it. Between the 2 to 5% in the formula is really where clinical studies are done. So it is everybody's best friend, whether you've got dry skin or oily acne-prone skin. Then it's got emollients and moisturizers in it, and a tiny percentage of peptides, probably just for marketing. But it's fragrance free, and I actually do really like this formula, and it's a formula that I would wear on myself. But what I would say from the cost benefit analysis, I think it is very expensive for what it is. So it's coming in at $79. And I don't think this product really should be any more expensive than about $40 to $50 maximum. So I think she's probably put that celebrity price tag premium on, which is fine if you're a JLo fan and you really, you want to have a little bit of the product that she's made. This is one that I would go for. Moving on to the Overnight Hustle, or that Overnight Hustle. So this is a resurfacing AHA BHA peel. The fourth active here is glycolic, so that's the AHA she's gone for, the alpha hydroxy acid. It's likely at less than 5%, which I'm happy about. Then she's used a Salix alba and claiming that that's BHA salicylic acid, which it isn't. So willow bark contains salicin, which converts to salicylic acid in the digestive tract under those conditions with enzymes, but it's unlikely to happen on the skin. So it's not really a BHA peel, it is more of an AHA peel. I would avoid this if you are allergic to aspirin as well. In addition, they've put in lemon fruit extract and papain, both of which can be quite irritating. I do like the fact that this is a fragrance-free product, but it's just not great for skin of color. It's okay, but it's not one that I would probably recommend. Right, moving on to that blockbuster, which is $50. Again, very expensive. It claims to be non-comedogenic, but it contains glycine soja oil, which is 3 out of 5 on the comedogenic scale, and cetyl alcohol, which is 2 out of 5. I love cetyl alcohol normally, and if you have, dry, normal skin, that's a wonderful ingredient to have. But actually, if you're claiming to be non-comedogenic, even though it's not purely based on ingredients, it's more about how you formulate the product, it does have an effect. And so as a formulator myself, it's not something you put in when the aim is to create something non-comedogenic. It is hydrating. It's got glycerin as a third ingredient, which I love, and squalene as a fourth ingredient, which is very good. It has a tiny percentage of niacinamide, so about 1%, and about 1% tetrapeptides as well. But it's got fragrance in it. So fragrance, as you know, can lead to contact dermatitis in 3 to 4% of the population. And that leads to rashes and then hyperpigmentation. And then it's a co-sensitizer, which means that you become sensitive to all the other ingredients in that product. So it's just not great. So for me, this is a product to avoid. Moving on to the eye cream, which is $40. Now, the purpose of an eye cream really is to help with fine lines around the eyes, to stimulate collagen, and to help with dark circles. So what she's done in this product is, first of all, it's mainly silicones. She's put in glycerin, which I like, a small percentage of the ferment, which I like, tiny percentage of caffeine, probably less than 1%, which isn't really going to do much, a tiny bit of vasoconstriction if you actually have a high enough percentage to penetrate into the dermis, which this isn't. Then it's peptides, probably less than 1% as well, so probably more for marketing rather than effectiveness. I would say it's a poor product, to be honest. It's a basic moisturizer. It is fragrance free, so woo there. But really nothing in there to stimulate collagen, nothing in there to help with your dark circles, and nothing in there for your fine lines. And that's really what we're looking for around the eye area. So, oh, come on, JLo, you could do better than this. Yeah, this one's a bit disappointing, I'm afraid. I'm in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every single YouTube video. So when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know to come here, and you know I'm going to be here to answer your questions. I also do answer your questions on Instagram. You can follow me on TikTok as well. And of course, our private Facebook group called Dr. V's Sock Family. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what videos you want me to make next time for you. Take care. Bye.